Hello students, today we will be doing with the application of the Wheatstone bridge. Means we are going to apply the Wheatstone bridge to solve the circuit. Now you all know when we do with the Wheatstone bridge, then the general formula or the general principle lying behind is that we'll have five resistances, and out of these 5 resistances we have to check out the point where the potential becomes balanced, means equal. And we know that when the potential of those 2 points are equal, then there is no potential difference and no current will flow from there. So this is one of the circuit when we have got the general principle of the Wheatstone bridge, that when we have the Wheatstone bridge principle, then the general formula is that P by Q is equals to R by S. That is the general formula we do with the Wheatstone bridge. Now look at the circuit. If the circuit is given, calculate the current drawn from the circuit, that is drawn from the battery in the given network. So we have got a circuit and it looks very like it's very difficult to solve. If you solve any other method, it's become very difficult to solve. So when you get such circuit, first you find out the number of the resistances. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 resistance. When 5 resistances comes, then the first thing that should strike your mind to find out the condition whether P by Q is equals to R by S or not. Because if we follow this principle, then it means that one resistor will be out of the circuit and it will help us to make a circuit easy one. So in order to make the circuit more easy, simple, we'll just take out 2 points. Let us write here C and let us write here D. So what we are going to do, we are going to make this circuit again. Now we'll take 2 points here, A and here B. We'll take A and B. These are the 2 points, and we'll take up C point here and we'll take up D point here. And we all know that A externally this battery is connected, so this is connected between A and B. This is, we know, it's given. Now let us check out with the resistances. Between A and C we have 1 ohm. So between A and C we'll write 1 ohm. We are making a simpler version of this circuit, right? So between A and C we have 1 ohm. Now let us see with the circuit. We have between C and D. So between C and D we have got 5 ohms. So where is C and D? So C and D we have got 5 ohms. So we'll write here 5 ohms. Okay, now between A and D, look at this. This is A and this, we have got 2 ohms. So between A and D, we can have 2 ohms. Okay, now what are the left out? We are left out with C and B. So let's see the circuit and check what we have between C and B. So between C and B we have got 2 ohms. So we'll just take this out here. This is 2 ohm. And then finally between B and D we have got 4 ohms. So let us take up this here as 4 ohm. So we have got more or less a Wheatstone bridge that has been constructed over here. Now we will apply the general principle of the Wheatstone bridge. So we have got the 5 resistances. This is P by Q is equals to R by S. So here if we apply that condition, then it is 1 by 2 P by Q. So it is 1 by 2. So here it is 1 by 2, and here again R by 4. So R by means 2 by 4 is again half. So here also it is 1 by 2, and 2 divided by 4 is again 1 by 2. So it follows the Wheatstone bridge. It simply follows P by Q is equals to R by S. This is P, this is Q, this is R, and this is S. So P by Q is equals to half, and then R by S is equals to 2 by 4, that comes as half only. So we have the P by Q is equals to R by S relation. So it simply follows the Wheatstone bridge condition. Since it follows the Wheatstone bridge conditions, so no current will flow through this, because the potential of this point and this point becomes equal. The potential being equal, potential difference is 0 and no current will flow. So we can just reconstruct the circuit again and make it more simple. We have got this as a 1 ohm. It is connected in series with 2 ohm. So this is 1 ohm, this is 2 ohm, and here we have got 2 ohm connected with 4 ohm. So this is what, and here this point is A, this point is B, and here again the external circuit we have got 4 volt. This is 4 volt. So this is 4 volt, right? Now if we just solve, this is 2 plus 1 3 and this is 2 plus 4 6. So we have got the parallel condition. So here we have got 3 ohm and here we have got 6 ohm, and then this is 6 ohm. They are connected. This is point A and B. Again simplifying it, so 1 by R is equals to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6. This is, they are connected in parallel. So R is equals to 3 6 18. 18 divided by 3 plus 6 9. So it comes out as 2 ohm. So R we are getting 2 ohm. Now we need to calculate what? I is equals to V by R. So V is what? 4 volt. So it is 4 divided by 2. So we get 2 ampere. So the answer of the current we are getting up is 2 ampere. So whenever we have this sort of circuit, we have to keep in mind how we can solve it or how we can make it more and more easy to understand. So you can very well see we have taken a circuit, the equivalent circuit, and then again we are simplifying it again and again, and until we get the results, the result that we have obtained is 2 ampere. I hope things are very clear and that should not be any confusion. Let's have one more based on this only. This is another circuit based on the Wheatstone bridge. And since it is being based on the Wheatstone bridge, again let's have a conditions here how to do. It's given that the question is already specified. It's a Wheatstone bridge. It's simply, if it is a Wheatstone bridge, the potential of this point and this point becomes equal. So no current is flowing through this. So we have the general formula. With this circuit will be taken as P. This is Q. This is R and this is S. Now we can see we need to find out the value of R. So we will take this as an equivalent and we'll put up as X. Will put up as X. So we will follow our general rule, the conditions, the principle for the Wheatstone bridge. So what is the condition? The condition is, we can very well take this as a 6 by 3. So we have got this 6 by 3 is equals to, this is we have taken as X divided by 1.5, or we need to find out X is equals to 1.5 into 1.5 into 6 by 3. We can just write, because this is 1.5, this is 1.5. So P by Q is equals to X by this. So we are getting up this value here, 326. So this becomes 3. So the value of this becomes 3 ohms. So this circuit that we have, this is R and this is 15 ohm. It's given 15 ohm, right? So in between, the equivalent resistance that we get is X is equals to 3 ohm. So we can very well write 1 by 3 is equals to 1 by R plus 1 by 50. Okay, or 1 by R is equals to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 15. We can get this, we can solve this and get the value. This suppose if I take as 15, then 5 minus 1 divided by this will be 4 by 15. So once you solve, you get R as equals to 15 by 4. So you get this as 4312.75. Whatever you get, you just write it. This becomes the equivalent value. Solve and get the value for this, the equivalent circuit. If you solve, you will be getting this as 3.75 most probably. So you get the value. So this is very simple. So whenever you get any question based on the Wheatstone bridge, don't worry at all. Just check with the 5 resistances. It's easy to do. First you see whether you can solve, you can apply Wheatstone bridge or not, and once you see that you can apply, do apply that. The only condition required is P by Q equals to R by S, and once you get this value done, then you have one of the resistor out of the circuit. It will help the circuit become more and more simple and you can easily solve. Thanks for watching.